Did you want to get out? Let's go see Mom.
See Mama?
See Mama.
I'm not saying.
Okay. I carry you. I hold you. I hold you.
Showing.
Hello, happy peoples. Hope you guys are doing great. All right, we're going to start out today. I'm going to start off actually by apologizing to you guys. We've been hit and miss lately when it comes to uploading videos and just feeling like it's okay to pick up a camera. There's just been a lot of family stuff. Some stuff we can't talk about, some stuff we can. We just kind of been heading all sides and trying to figure out what do we do, what's the right decisions, how do we help people. So it just hasn't felt right lately, and I think it does now. So you know, we call you guys happy peoples. We came up with this years ago, and when we say hello, happy peoples, it's just, I don't know, like a reminder for us and maybe for you guys where, you know, trying to choose joy, trying to choose happiness, sometimes when life hits you and it doesn't feel like you should be able to be joyful or be able to be happy, and just trying to grab the moments and make the best out of whatever situation you're going through. So that's kind of where that came from. One of the situations that we're going through right now that we can't talk about is Dad's got a bit of an update. Things took a bit of a turn for him. I'll have him kind of fill you in on what's going on with his cancer journey. And thank you guys that you guys care. I think so many of your comments, a lot of you guys are going through similar struggles, or you know someone that is. Like probably half of our cards that we had from you guys this year was people praying for Dad. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So, okay, we're going to play a bit of a kid roulette deal. We had a cousin stay the night here last night, so we're going to go drop him off over at Grandma and Grandpa's, and we had Audrey and Evelyn stay the night at Grandma and Grandpa's, so we're just doing the whole kid mix-up thing. So I'll probably bring you guys over there, have him give you a bit of an update. And again, you guys are awesome. You're great. And we'll start with that, and I have no idea what the rest of the day brings, but appreciate you guys coming along. Grandma's house! Yay! Timmy, what are you doing? How'd you survive the grandkid invasion?
I loved it. I just slept through it. They just had fun. Did nails, all that girl stuff. They just want to have fun.
All right, and Grandma's house is the place to do that.
That's it. Let me fix it. Little princess. There's a princess. Wow. Flower came alive.
I know I did.
Why would I be so upset? He's the one that's going through cancer, but it's a real thing. You have to kind of process when you are going through that.
How are you processing it? What are you using to help you?
Turning more to the Lord and just, I don't know, just hanging out, just thinking about things, and then coming out of it, I feel better. I'm just going to take it. Yes, I'm taking it. I'm grateful for today. We have today, and you know, we're not promised any other thing other than today. So that's what I'm doing.
All right, so update with Dad. How we doing?
Well, we're doing. I'm still here. We had the therapies that I used for a year. That was about a year. They aren't working anymore, which is pretty standard in cancer. Cancer is pretty smart, I guess. Yeah. They learn how to fight back. So at this point, my critical numbers have been going up. So I had a meeting last week and had some more labs done. And we're going to be doing chemo, probably starting, I have to get a port
A port.
I have to get a port, one of those little things that they inject stuff through.
Where do they put your port at?
Well, it's up here somewhere. I don't know.
And the reason for the chemo they're suggesting is just because the stuff you're taking wasn't working.
Yeah, so it's the next step is to take chemo. And they said the chemo's too rough on the veins in the arm, so that's why they install a port so they can just go through that when they do their thing. So at this point, we're going to do 4 to 8 sessions of chemo 3 weeks apart, starting probably in about 2 weeks. As soon as I get the port put in, they're going to schedule it. That's 3 to 6 months of chemo.
This will fix it, or they think this will prolong, or what's the...
Well, in the case of, I have an aggressive, what they say, a level 5 aggressive cancer of the prostate. So it's not going away unless it's a divine thing. So, so they basically just keep trying to push it out of the way. You can maintain a lifestyle, which is for how long, I have no idea. I will say one thing, though, that's been really a godsend is Christian Healthcare Ministries. We've had them for a number of years, and they were really good on things. But when it came to this, I think they call it my brother's keeper, or they've changed the name of that. And I really, there's no top end. We pay for things and then they reimburse us. If there's a big number involved, like I've got one coming up, one of these chemo drugs is like $24,000.
My goodness.
But I can just set up a payment plan with the cancer center, and then once I get reimbursed.
And Christian Healthcare Ministries. So for those that don't know, Christian Healthcare Ministries is basically like a co-op, right? It's not an insurance.
It's a health co-op. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they've been outstanding for you.
Outstanding. Amazing.
Okay.
And I mean, some people would rather have an insurance so they don't ever have to deal with stuff, but for what they've done, it's been wonderful because they've paid every dollar. I mean, we submit stuff. It's kind of fun too because my wife will submit everything, and then we get checks in the mail. It's kind of like, oh, it's Christmas, because we paid stuff all the way along, so it's just like extra money. Unless there's a big one. We haven't had to do years ago, Wendy had a series of issues with allergies that each one of those sessions was like $15,000-$20,000, and I was just sticking it on the credit cards and then waiting for them to reimburse us. And they told me, they said, don't do that. Just call them up and have them put you on a payment plan because it'll take 3 to 5 months to get all your reimbursements. So you just set up an employment plan, so you pay them until you get reimbursed, then you go just cash it out. And so it's worked real good for us. And
how are you, I guess, handling this mentally? How are you? Where's your mind at?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm a little numb. I've had more leg pain as my numbers went back up. I've had more leg pain, but I'm sure the chemo is going to probably dampen that down. Mentally, I do fine. I mean, probably not perfect, but I don't have, they always, every time I go in for an appointment, it's, do you have any anxiety? No. Do you feel safe at home? Yeah, I feel pretty safe at home. Mom's cooking sometimes makes me nervous. I'm just kidding. Just kidding about that one. No, I'm a little numb, though. I mean, you're always kind of hoping. But I got a pretty severe case here. I mean, I remember when he said it was a level 5 aggressive prostate cancer. Mom didn't handle that very well.
No. At
all. Matter of fact, she's sitting there blubbering, and I'm thinking, "What are you crying for? I'm the one who's got cancer." but so that's about the size of it. We're going to go one step at a time, one day at a time, and I just keep moving along and modify things, a little bit, but pretty much I just don't go out a lot now because. In the wintertime here in Alaska, you don't want to fall down on the ice.
Yeah.
Not in my situation, because they've given me bone hardeners for the pelvis and the legs, so which indicates to me if they got to give me bone hardeners, it's not hard enough. I got to be cautious. Yeah. So in the wintertime, I go to doctor's appointments, but nice thing about being in a big house, having plenty of room, and I remember when I was a kid in church, we used to go visit the shut-ins, and, which I thought was funny because these are old people that didn't leave their house, and we'd go over and intrude in their house and sing them songs, and I remember the looks on their face, and I think about it now. I go, they weren't shut-ins. They just wanted to be home, left alone.
They wanted to be left alone.
And they were polite to us, but I'm thinking they were probably glad when we got out of their hair.
So recommendations, if someone else is going through something similar to this, Dad, do you have?
Well, the first recommendation I would have is once you get over the initial shock, that'll take you a couple of days, just don't overreact to everything. Our oncologist finally had to tell my wife, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So we don't have to do everything all at once. It just means we're in for a long haul, and it's going to be a while. So what I'd recommend is, we live in a small town, so we only have 2 oncologists, and it's a husband and wife, so that's it.
Welcome to North Pole, Alaska.
Yeah, so I got Mr. Cox as my oncologist, and he got a very good PA named Brittany. Excellent. So one thing I'd recommend, you always want to get a second opinion, and in the case of something like this, I would go to one of the major cancer centers, one of the ones that are really well known. We went to MD Anderson, which we went to Houston because Heidi lives down there, her and Christian.
Yep.
They have another one in Seattle. They probably have another one somewhere else. Find one of the major cancer centers. You'll know when you're at a major cancer center because they have valet parking. We don't have that in Fairbanks. And make sure that your local oncologist is communicating with the big city doc, whoever you're talking to. Unless you're in a big city, then you could have a couple of them. Doesn't hurt to have these guys talking to each other and getting a different opinion.
Multiple opinions you feel is pretty important.
Oh yeah, that's real important because I've had some discrepancies between the oncologist here and the doctor at MD Anderson, and I have them duke it out, so to speak. I mean, and sometimes it was just a matter of them learning from each other. Because like I had this thing called a CEA number that the local doc here said we never check for that. Doc at MD Anderson, why he checked for it, and he had a good reason. It's usually a GI issue. So I did have a colonoscopy, just a wonderful experience. And just kidding, that was last Monday. To rule out anything there for my CEA numbers going up. It turns out that unbeknownst to the local oncologist, the big city doc at MD Anderson knew of a relationship between my type of prostate cancer and some CEA issues, which I don't understand them all, but I think it relates to this very expensive drug that one of the chemo drugs that I'm going to be taking. So we'll see how it goes. So I don't know. I'm going to have side effects from chemo, but I remember my mother-in-law, when they talk about chemo, they give you this whole list, your whole life's going to fall in a pile and you're not going to have any energy and the world's going to come to an end.
And then you wonder why your wife is all stressed out.
Yeah, I know. But I remember my mother-in-law, she had ovarian cancer, and she didn't have a lot of big side effects from chemo. They always talk about you're going to get nauseous, and they give you nauseous pills. And I remember I've been given nauseous pills for about 3 different things, and I never ever took any. So
yeah,
I'm just going to wait and see
how that goes.
I don't know. We'll give you an update after a couple of sessions of chemo. Maybe we can get back together and let you know how it's working out. But for now, it's just one thing's not working, so we're going to something else.
Okay.
And moving along.
And one day at a time.
One day at a time. And springtime is almost here. It's March, and I can see the sun hitting on the eave, melting the snow off the roof. So that's a good sign.
Feels good.
Feels good. It's warm out. It's about 33 degrees today, which for us in March is pretty wonderful.
We will take it.
We'll take it.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any comments down below that you want to leave, always like to see different opinions or ideas or things that you guys have. We'd love to read about it. And with that, appreciate you sharing, Dad.
You betcha. My pleasure. You guys take care.
This is where we're at. This is where we're at in our life right now.
Ow!
Give an update. How are you doing? That's the real question. Where are you at?
Look at my face. I'm unsure at this time. I feel very overwhelmed, to be honest. Yep, that's where I'm at.
Your footing.
I'm trying to find it.
You were crying watching Toy Story here a second
Come
ago.
on, Hot
That's
Mess
pretty much where you're at.
Express. I'm sure.
Okay, we just need some time to settle in, pivot. What are all
Pivot,
the
the
fancy words?
traveling and the scheduling and all the things are just so much. Regroup has been a little challenging. Family stuff. I'm sure Bert filled you in on some stuff, but there's just been a lot. You just feel like sometimes you just not necessarily like under attack or anything, but like under attack and stuff.
It just kind of hits you all at once sometimes.
A little
I think
bit,
that's what it
and
feels
we've
like.
definitely seen a pattern like that in the past. So we know, but it still doesn't make it any easier. And it's just a lot. There's just a lot. Life is hard, guys. You know this. Adulting, just stuff. And dude, we're no different than anybody else. There's people struggling, but you know what? There's people that have it way worse.
Way worse.
So a lot of times that's where I go because it could be a lot worse. So I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to try to be grateful. View it through a different perspective.
Telling them earlier about how do you maintain joy when things around you are not going right.
Oh,
That's kind of the
true.
struggle right now.
Because, dude, that is hard. Sometimes I feel I'm a glass half empty type of gal. I do think I struggle with that, where I just don't. I'm not very optimistic sometimes. Depends on the situation, I suppose, but yeah. He's definitely more of a glass is half full kind of guy.
Well, and what I've noticed with you is sometimes when bad things start to happen, sometimes you'll start compounding them and you'll start thinking of all the bad things.
All the bad things.
Everything possibly in your world and whatever. Next thing you know, we're just like, whoa! Pull up.
It's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
But
That's okay.
you're going to be all right. It's fine. It's just another day.
There's just a lot of stuff, you know? And we're old and decrepit. Or else I'm feeling that way. Do you want to know what's by my bed right now? It's the heating pad.
Oh, yeah.
I have a heating pad by my bed right now.
Just ask for a flosser.
We don't have to tell everything. This is time's come. My body hurts, okay? I went a little too hard getting up out of bed. Not sure. I literally just sat up. You know what I mean? I have been going to Pilates, which has been great, loving it, but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think some of it too is just, I mean, we do have a lot going on, but it's this time of year.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, most Alaskans, right around now, there's that funk of like, we're just sort of
We're
ready
just
for
done.
winter to be done.
We're kind of done. I'm not going to complain though. I was able to travel and go to warm places too. We really haven't been that cold.
I got to go to Coldfoot though.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go there again.
I know. But we
More
really
work
haven't been
stuff.
that. We really haven't been that cold,
Yeah.
and we are going to be super warm this weekend.
Just wanted to be straight up. If we're a little hit and miss on the vlog, we're just kind of processing things and all
Yeah.
that. But we'll get it. We always do. And we appreciate you guys
Come along,
coming along and
being a part.
just, I don't know, a lot of your encouraging comments actually do help quite a bit. They really do. That in your prayers if you
Yeah,
would too.
that would be very, very helpful.
Yeah. So with that, see you guys next video.
There must be another way. There must